Sad news to pass along tonight. We're learning a Columbia County teacher who tested positive for COVID has died.
Family tells us Jennifer Watkins was admitted to the ER and later died from respiratory distress. Celeste Springer tells us what we know.
Family has confirmed with us Jennifer Watkins died yesterday. She was an instructional specialist with South Columbia Elementary. One parent whose son was a student of hers describes Watkins as brilliant, compassionate, and patient. In a letter sent out to parents, South Columbia Elementary says Watkins brought joy and enthusiasm to everyone at the school. They've now created a crisis intervention team of psychologists and counselors for staff and students who they need someone to speak with. Family tells us she leaves behind a son and a husband of many years. Tonight at 11, we'll tell you what some parents have to say about the loss of a beloved educator.
Celeste, thank you very much. You know, when Columbia County started moving to 5-day face-to-face learning back in October, 31 students and 18 employees had COVID-19. And according to the numbers just released Friday, 152 students and 44 employees now have COVID-19. That includes 4 out of 5 high schools with double-digit positive cases among students.
On your side, this is News 12 at 11.
She was a phenomenal teacher. She had a heart for kids. I just can't express to you how much she cared for her kids.
A family and an entire community in mourning tonight. A local teacher passing away after testing positive for COVID-19.
And those COVID numbers take on a whole new meaning when you hear about the people they represent.
And that is certainly the case in Columbia County tonight, where they are dealing with the death of elementary school teacher Jennifer Watkins. Our Celeste Springer had a chance to speak with friends and co-workers about how they will remember her.
When we got the email about it, I was just like, oh man.
An email letting teachers at South Columbia Elementary know their coworker wouldn't be making her way through the hallways anymore. But those who knew her best say she glided around school with an undeniable pep in her step.
And everybody will probably tell you she was just so bubbly. Just kind of the way she just kind of walked around was almost kind of bouncing. And I think a lot of people will tell you that Miss Watkins was always good for a laugh.
Family tells us Jennifer Watkins had COVID when she checked herself into the ER. They say she was put on a respirator and passed away from suffering from respiratory stress. She also suffered from asthma. It's a very different image from the passionate teacher who didn't just leave work at the door.
There were times that she would go out and go shopping and buy complete wardrobes of clothes for her children that needed things. If they needed a coat in the wintertime, she was going to the store and buying them a coat.
We reached out on social media for kind words about Jennifer. The comments just kept coming.
I've seen so many people reach out to me on Facebook who were co-workers and teachers and students of hers, and she is going to be missed so greatly.
And friends say, as for what's next,
I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that the legacy of Jennifer Watkins lives on and she is never forgotten.
They say they're going to carry that vivacious spirit with them so it never leaves the school halls. Celeste Springer, on your side.
And that is how she lives on. In a letter sent to parents, South Columbia Elementary said they put together a team of counselors and psychologists if any staff members or students need someone to talk to.
News 11, we're still waiting to find